going, everybody? It's Pandora. I'm back for another video. This is the T28. I've been binging a lot of turretless TDs as of late, and with the recent Gamepass with the 25% off on research and buying vehicles, I've decided to go down the E3 line. So yeah, I'm gonna get this video done, knock it out in the park. I have completed the grind on this tank, and I have got the T95 now. So yeah, I thought I'd do a video on this. It tends to get negative reviews when most of the reviews that I've seen of this tank on YouTube tend to be fairly negative. I did grind, and this is a bit of a disclaimer, I did grind the T28 prototype, so I had a lot of the parts here actually unlocked. So I didn't really have that stock experience with this tank. I did have to grind I did have to get the tracks. So this is a collection of games. First one here is Mine Runes. We've spawned on the southwest side, and already you can see this tank is very, very slow. And when you're playing this tank, you're trying to put yourself into a position where you can actually be of some use to your team. Now, you might be questioning what I'm doing here. We have spotted up a lot of the reds, but as a turretless TD, you've always got that fear of a tank getting in behind you and just taking you out. So I didn't want to go to the left. And counting the reds here, how many reds have been spotted up on the map, I have a feeling something is going to show up on the right hand side here. So you can see me wiggling the gun. That gun arc is actually quite important when it comes to angling your shots. Here comes the T29, so we spot him up. Decent first shot. It's got a 400 alpha gun. He's looking at me, trying to look at my weaknesses now, and he's missed me there. Again, just pumping away at him. There's an RU who's supporting me as well. I don't know where that shot goes. The RU, so the T29, he's not interested in me. He's probably looking at my armor and thinking, I can't pen him. The armor's pretty decent. Now, we do take him out, but we did take a shot there from the Tiger 2. You want to be careful in this tank. The armor is all on the front, the sides and the back, because it's an American tank. And you can see when I take my shot, I'm angling it. And that's where the gun arc kind of comes in handy. You've got 10 degrees to the left and 11 degrees for some reason to the right. So the gun arcs a little bit. You can see we're taking out the Tiger 2 here. No difficulty here with the shots, but the RU is pushing, so I need to try and support him here. You can see how slow and how laborious the speed is. Do put a shot in there to track the Tiger 2, keep him in place. The RU doesn't go around him for whatever reason. Tiger 2 is always going to focus on the softer of the targets. And here I am. I'm literally putting my hit points on the line here. I'm trying to take a hit here for the RU, keep him in the game. But you can see how low the tank is. That's a little bit risky because you've got some hatches on the top. You've got only 130 mil on those hatches. So yeah, it was good to get rid of him fairly quickly. The reload on this tank is pretty decent, like 7.7. That's with the rammer. So it's not really a problem here. One of our tanks does get taken out. It's 5 against 2. It's now 4 against 2. And you think, hey, this shouldn't be a problem. But there's a lot of greens here that are one-shots. There's a T49 with most of his hit points. He does take out the RU. So he's just going to clean up now. So I'm just trying to get into a position where I can actually do some damage here. In hindsight, I shouldn't have gone across there. I should have waited for the SU and try and take him out, stay in the middle. But yeah, hindsight's a great thing. Try and put a shot in on him there, but he just moves in. I probably would have only got a track shot, and another green goes down, and another one is about to go down again. So I'm in the wrong spot at the wrong time. One of the drawbacks of this tank, not only is it slow, but you have to really calculate where you want to put the tank to try and help the team. And our T29 is going to go down, so it's 2 versus 1. 1 is a tier 7, and I'm trying to go contemplating getting the shot here. I was going to drop down and see if I can take a shot on the T49. I want to take him out as soon as possible because he's a tricky tank, even with the little number of hit points that he's got. He's still alive in my eyes, but there is an SU 152, and I'm just cautious of him. This is the thing with this tank as well. You're always going to be the slowest one to the action, and more than likely you're going to be the last tank to die, and you're going to get a shit ton of abuse from your team who just talk shit at you. I could turn off the team talk, the team chat, but because it's such a slow tank, you want to know where the tanks are going. I'm more of an advocate of turning it off, but because of the tank by its very nature, I feel like you need to leave the chat on. And stupid me, I shouldn't be replying. So we do spot up the SUs on the other side of the other bridge. He is taking shots at me. Very, very lucky that I didn't take a shot there. I am focusing on this T29. Gun dispersion there, I didn't get that. I did take the shot. The SU is still taking shots on me here, so I know he's on a reload, so I'm going to try and push and take him out, at least take one of the tanks out. He has hit adrenaline, so I'm probably going to take a hit here, and he's just waiting for me. He's fired heat, but we do take him out, so a decent trade to take out one of the tanks. The T29 is half shot for me. Now I was thinking of just going for him. I'm on a hill. I'm a very slow tank, but the top speed of this thing is only 20 kilometers an hour. He wants me to come down, and by the angle that I was going to go down, he's probably going to put something through my sides. And something you learn from playing turretless TDs is distance is your ally. So I was thinking maybe he might come up. I haven't spotted him, so all of a sudden I'm become very, very vulnerable. I'm wide out in the open, so I want to try and reverse here, try and get some hard cover beside me. And this is where we do spot up the T29 in the distance. I'm very surprised that we actually spotted him there. I do get spotted as well. And I'm going to take a shot here. And I don't know how that connects. That's complete orangey, just complete luck. Very happy that shot went through. So that's the end of that game. 2 versus 1 in the end there. Get a first class, the top gun, 3k damage, 4 kills, which is fairly impressive for this tank because it is fairly slow. And we had 2 Unicoms on the other side, so not a bad game. Some of the final post-game stats. Okay, and on to the second game, Dynasty's Pearl. It's another encounter battle. Most of the games, I think all the games that I played in the T28 were all encounter battles. I think the tank in itself, its very nature, it would be a bit of a handicap if you were playing Supremacy. So yeah, most of these games will be encounter games. We've spawned on the southwest side. I'm going to try and push up here and actually help our mediums. It's a tank that I usually use to try and help the heavies. But because I think there's going to be action on the right hand side here, I'm going to push in and try and support the mediums. So we do spot up some of the reds here. There's the Panther, and I do get spotted there. I think it's a T49 that spotted me up, which is a little bit surprising because the camo values on this tank are fairly decent. So I want to be careful here. I am pushing up this little alleyway up here, which is fairly decent. It's close to the battle on both sides. Now, their mediums haven't made a push on the right-hand side. Their Panther has got stuck. They haven't really made a push. I do get spotted up again here. I'm just keeping an eye on the middle there so I don't take any shots. I was spotted, and I'm trying to push up this hill far enough so I don't take shots from the left and to try and use the gun depression. It's only 5 degrees of gun depression. So there's a Pantera who's been spotted in the distance. There's a Panther that's been taken out. I do get spotted here. Pantera isn't interested in putting shots on me. He's distracted, so just using a DPM. I have hit adrenaline here, and he gets taken out. So nice little push there from the mediums. We've taken out 2 of their tanks. They're continue to push in around their spawn area and try and take out the T49. We've taken out another one of their tanks. That's the T49 being taken out there, but they have taken out a Centurion. So I'm making it my way across here. I was going to try and take on that T30, but here comes an SU-152. And I don't know where that shot goes. And then I just wiggle. I'm just trying to use my armor as effective as possible and make that shot difficult for him. I've got 254, I think, on the lower plate. He was looking at my lower plate. He did take a hit, but we do take him out. Resorting to adrenaline again to take him out. I was lucky that he took a shot. VK going across, that's nearly an ammo rack. Ooh, and you can see I take the shot as soon as possible and then angle towards the right hand side to try and protect the armor in the front. Again, another bounce. I do put a shot in on the Super Persian, so the gun is fairly decent. Aim time is fairly decent as well. So I'm just waiting for him to come out. There's a T30 who's gone across. Now I put a shot in on him. I'm not going to be bouncing any of the shots on that thing. He's looking at me. Yeah, he does pen me. And I've got very, very little hit points left at this point. I do put a shot in on the T34 back to him, and I'm trying to put my tank in a position where I'm anticipating that he's going to push down. We've seen their tanks have rotated around clockwise. So here comes the T34. He's probably licking his lips thinking, I'll get this T28. And I'm angling the tank, so I'm trying to increase the chances of getting a bounce. I do get that bounce. There's a Panther who's pushing in to try and help me, and we do take him out. So I'm very happy to get that bounce. Very lucky at the same time though. So I'm asking for help here. I'm anticipating that the VK is going to come in and around and flank us here. So there's still plenty of meat on the bone there when it comes to the VK. I know he was coming in and around. He had about half his hit points left. So I'm anticipating that he's going to show up here. He doesn't. The Leva is going to push in. Our Panther is still taking shots on him. The Leva's pushing in. Now, this is the thing with turretless TDs. I'm asking him to leave space so that I can rotate around and help him out with the tank and kill him sooner. I know he's the last tank to go. Our Panther has gone down, so it's 2 versus 1 here. If this VK knows what he's doing with his armor, he could win this. The Leva's pushing, so I'm gonna try and put a shot in there. I don't know what happens with that shot. I am gonna use this guy's meat shield. He hasn't left space, so the VK's looking at me. He wants to take me out, but the Leva just really, he really pushes to try and get this kill. Blocking me there as we go through, but yeah, I'm going to get this one. So long, Leva. So we bounced some shots there. We bounced 1.3k of damage, 3.7k of damage we did, and that means another first class and high caliber. 25k credits, so you'll notice that it does make decent credits with a premium account. Alright, we're on to the third and final game. It's Hellas. I'm not sure what yet to think of this map. I'm not crazy about it. It's one of the recent maps that was added to the game. We've spawned on the northeast side, and mentally I've just made a note. I'm going to try and push on the right hand side here towards the columns. This tank is actually a great corridor fighter, and it sets you up for some key lessons when you're learning how to play the T95 as well, when you get that for the tier 9. So I'm going to push on here, try and help our heavies who have got the message loud and clear. They're going to push on as well, and the team looks like, from looking at the map, that the majority are pushing this way. So pushing in, I'm going to try and take up a position here where I've got hard cover beside me at all times, and we do spot up some of the reds here who have also shown up on this side, so it's always a good thing. There's an IS who's pushing that right hand side very, very aggressively. Now we do lose a tank. Straight away we lose a tank. It's crazy, like. So pushing in here just to see what we spot, and the IS, just waiting for him to show up and see if he actually pushes. I haven't been spotted so far, so he is putting shots in, and this is where they push a little bit too hard. There's another IS, the 1945 version. I have hit adrenaline. We want to take this guy out. There we go. There's one kill. So one apiece. There's another IS that's still in there. I think it's the Black Prince who's taking him on, so I'm not. Yeah, he's got backup, so there shouldn't be an issue there. I'm just looking to see if I can put some shots on the supporting tanks here at the back. Now there is an ISU and a WZ, the WZ TD. So I'm just trying to break up the box there, put some view on the reds, just checking there to see if the IS is going to pull back. Always trying to keep aware of where the reds are at. The IS does get taken out. So we've got tanks who've gone below. I don't want to go down there, obviously, so I'm going to try and put shots on these tanks that are shown up here. Now I am getting proxy spotted because there's a tank beneath me, so they can see where I am. But the T34 isn't interested in me, so I do put a shot in and manage just to track him. You can see him trying to retreat and get hard cover all the time. Put a shot in on the T34, that one goes in, and all this time I've kind of disregarded the WZ, who now notices me. So I do get a bounce there. I do get another bounce from the ISU at the back, and I put a shot in on the WZ. The WZ's pushing me now. You can see I'm always trying to take the shot first, be the first to shoot, and then angle the armor away. I do take a hit there from the WZ. Just angling out to try and put the shot in, and he does bounce that one. I've hit Adrenaline. He's pushing me, obviously, at this point. Trying to angle, always trying to angle. So I do manage to bounce another one, and we put a shot in on him. It's 5 versus 1 at this point. My whole team has just melted. So we do manage to take out the WZ. There's a tank behind me. I kind of need to take this guy out. I have forgotten about that ISU who kind of low rolls. I think he's using the HE there on my rear. He only gets 400. Bad shot to take all the same. So I have to take this guy who's behind me out. Yag Tiger 8.8. We do take him out. So 3 versus 1. We whittle him down to 3 tanks. There's a T34. He's a 1 shot for me, I think. There's also a Panther M10 who's at the back, who's pushed a little bit too aggressively, and I do take him out. I do bounce that shot there from the T34. I don't know how I bounced that. Really missed our opportunity there. So T34 is going to push again. Now I do take a shot there. Very few hit points left, but we do take him out, and it's down to 1-1. 1 versus 1. So the ISU, he was at the back last time I saw. He does take a shot there. He should have taken his time, really. And we do return fire there. Lovely little shot through. Just waiting to see what he does. I know I've got him on the reload here, and we thread a beautiful little shot in through the gap there. We put him down. We've narrowed him down to a 1 shot. And I have to be careful here. I just want to reset camo. We've got hard cover, so we're all good. And if he does show up here, hopefully I'll see him before he sees me. So resetting camo is always a good thing. Now I'm going to put in a blind shot here. I think he might be there. Obviously I don't get him. Now that does a good thing. So maybe he thinks, oh, he's on a reload, and maybe he'll push. So just waiting to see if he pushes towards me. I am behind cover here. Just seeing if I spot him up on the right hand side here. There we go. We do spot him. We proxy spot him. I kind of panicked there for a second because I thought he might have actually gone the far side and flanked around me. So he's playing, it's really a game of cat and mouse at this point. He's gone down. Now I could, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm kind of making him think that I'm going to throw my tank on top of his. So I'm really just trying to keep him proxy spotted, make him think that I'm doing one thing and then do another. And I think he was afraid. He thought that I was going the far side and trying to put a shot in his rear. It's really just a game of cat and mouse here. Again, he retreats. Now this is where I think he makes a bit of a mistake. He starts pushing the other side of this, I suppose this crack in the structure. I don't know what this is. So he's pushing up. Now I don't know if he's aware of the characteristics of my tank. I don't have that much gun depression, and I'm trying to use the terrain here to my advantage. Again, you can see I can't get the gun down, so I have to make the push here if I want to get the shot. You can see the limitations there with the gun depression, so I'm trying to back off, see if the terrain will favor me and if I can get a shot in on him. Now he is moving, and then he decides to move towards the structure, probably to get cover. Now we did reset camo there. He's pushed in. He has really done himself no favors here. Now I know he's a tier 7 and I'm a tier 8, but this is where you can see the limitations again with the gun depression. I'm trying to get the gun down. I've loaded up the HE because I'm pretty confident that I can take him out with HE. So I have to push here. I have to push to try and get the gun depression and use the terrain. And we do manage to find that shot and we take it. So we get 6 kills in the end there. Crazy. I could have actually got a Raz there. There's a T28-2 manages to take the 7th kill off me. We do get the Ace Mastery, the top gun, a high caliber, 3.6k of damage. And we did bounce, I think, 1.6k of damage as well. So I'm pretty impressed with that game. The Reds did kind of all play to my favour there to get 6 kills, but it's an ace game, I'll take it. All right, guys, just to wrap up, that is the T28. I was dreading this tank because I played the T28 prototype and I was pretty sure that this would be a worse experience. But I don't know. I think my experience with turretless TDs has actually paid off. I didn't really mind it. Like it didn't really. I didn't mind the tank. It just stat wise, it does hurt a little bit, and these games are a little bit misleading because when you have bad games, you have bad games. I don't want to say that everything is rosy with the tank. The biggest weakness of the tank, in my opinion, is actually your team, the team that you're playing with, because we're in this period of an extended summer where everybody's off school or might not be working, and they just roll out and they die. And because you're a slow tank, your team could be dead before you even get into the action. One thing as well, if you're grinding this tank line, I would just say that grind it with another tank. Don't just keep playing game after game after game after game with this tank and the T95 because they are very, very slow tanks. And just from a mental perspective, you probably end up going nuts. So that's probably the one thing, one shout out to anybody who might be grinding this line. I'm looking forward to try and get the E3. I am currently on the T95 and I kind of like it so far. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, that's the end of the review. That is the T28. Hope you liked it. Hopefully I'll catch you in the next one. And yeah, cheers. Bye-bye.